The sun dipped low behind the mountains of Merivals. As Isagani walked slowly along the promenade of Maria Cristina, his steps were uncertain, his mind a storm of emotions. He was on his way to meet Paulita, the girl who once made his world shimmer like moonlight on water. In his pocket, he carried her letters, 2 small scraps of paper scrawled with imperfect words. Yet to him, they were sacred, more treasured than the verses of ancient poets, marked by erasures and spelling mistakes. His heart beat with a strange mix of hope and sorrow. He had come to ask for answers, but deep inside, he feared he might be saying goodbye. As he passed familiar places, all seemed changed. The city, once filled with charm and poetry, now looked hollow, dimmed by disappointment. Even the sunset, once an artist's masterpiece, seemed dull and lifeless. Memories of happier times haunted him. The quiet moments spent with Paulita under the stars. Their whispered promises through the iron grills of her home. The thrill of a gentle touch, exchanged in church. Now, those moments felt like dreams already fading. He saw people smiling and laughing along the bay. Children playing by the water but it all seemed distant, unreal. As if joy no longer belonged to him. Even thoughts of his beloved port, which he had once praised in poetry, turned bitter. Was it all for nothing? They wandered near the edge of the bay, their words drifting from misunderstandings to dreams. Isagani spoke of his hometown by the sea, high in the mountains, where waves crashed against rocks, and the forest whispered ancient songs. He spoke of freedom, of wandering alone, thinking deeply, and feeling alive in nature's embrace. Paulita listened, curious but skeptical. The idea of traveling through leech-infested forests appalled her. But Isagani's spirit burned bright. He envisioned a future or their country filled with railways, factories, education, and independence. He dreamed of a Philippines awakened of Filipinos, standing side by side with Spaniards, not as slaves, but as citizens. Then, the sound of hooves. A carriage approached, drawn by familiar white horses. It was her. Paulita stepped down gracefully, a vision of elegance, and smiled at him with the warmth of reconciliation. In an instant, the fog in Isagani's heart lifted. The city brightened, the sunset regained its colors, and the air itself seemed to sing. Their conversation began awkwardly, but soon melted into shared laughter. Paulita teased him for not seeing her at the theater, while he, who had arrived, intending to challenge her. In that moment, the roles had reversed. Found himself defending his own heart instead. But love had returned. Paulita, with her soft fan tapping her cheek, smiled wistfully. Dreams, she said, nothing but dreams. And perhaps they were. But to Isagani, they were worth everything. Even if the future remained uncertain, even if their efforts failed, he would find meaning in struggle. He told her that if he should fall fighting for their people's rights, he would ask for nothing more than for her to one day look upon his lifeless body and say with pride, "That was my love." Soon, Dona Victorina's voice called them back to the present, reminding them of time and place. But as they rode together in the moonlit carriage, side by side under the soft glow of the Philippine night, Isagani knew that for now, at least, his dreams lived on in her smile, in her presence, and in the hope that love and freedom could walk the same path.